My name is Dan Brawning with the Pennsylvania Game Commission, and we're really glad to be back at the Gulf Tower to place bands on the 5 young nestlings, the chicks that are in the nest. If I could have the other box. Just close that up. We do this as a monitoring protocol, placing unique identification numbers so that once they leave this area, we can trace them back to the Gulf Tower as their source of nesting. And that provides a number of features. We also medical examination to assess their health. And by doing so, we're tracking and monitoring the population of a recovering endangered species. Pennsylvania now has a little over 40 peregrine nests, which is a great increase, and gradually increasing with our hopes that eventually they'll be secure. They won't need the extra protection of endangered status. But the monitoring that we do by getting into the nest site, looking at the nest, examining the health of the birds, and placing bands on them is a really big part of our population monitoring. A peregrine falcon is a medium-sized hawk. It's about the size of a pigeon, a little bit bigger, but it is also widely known as the world's fastest flying bird. It's a real privilege to work with this species that is dramatic, it's powerful, it really rules the air. There's no other predator in the air that would exceed it. It typically goes and hunts, grabbing other birds out of the air as food. A lot of pigeon wings in the nest demonstrate that. It's very rare. It's restricted to buildings and bridges and cliffs in Pennsylvania. It's not something you'll see away from those nest sites. Peregrines like high spots, because they'll launch off and circle up and get altitude and then drop down on an unsuspecting pigeon. So they do use those heights, and I think that if you can say a bird likes something, it likes those high places in order to. In terms of its movements, the adult pair probably stay within a mile or so of downtown throughout the year. They seem to remain resident. The young birds, within a few weeks, really a month or so of their flight, could begin wandering and dispersing off to unknown parts. Years back, we had telemetry on birds from this building, and they ended up down on the Delmarva Peninsula for the first winter. So they can go almost anywhere, to Florida, maybe even South America. Okay. Just put it up here. So grab up a little debris, not grab, well, whatever.